Those of the host and not those of Clear Channel Broadcasting licenses. Greetings, South Florida. It's time for the Night and Day Show with Alan Knight and Bridget Day. The next hour is unrehearsed. The calls are unscreened, and the subjects are unpredictable. But it will be undoubtedly entertaining and unlikely to offend anyone. Or maybe not. Stick around and find out with your hosts, Alan Knight and Bridget Day.
Night and day. Only you neath the moon.
Hello, South Florida and beyond. Let the fun begin. I'm Alan Knight.
I'm Bridget Day.
Together we are
Night and Day.
Is this our Valentine's Day show, honey?
Oh, is it? Darn. Is that why you
Kiss, kiss.
are plying me with cookies?
Is that? No, we have a guest.
Oh.
Welcome to the program. It's, about 7 after the hour. Live every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And recorded playback 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. We want to welcome to the program. And keep that number handy this time because, yes, guest alert. 1-800-889-0267. 1-800-889-0267. Not to be confused with Wednesday night, when Sarah Spiritual is here, right? I got it right. Because Mama Lynn Cody in Master Control also runs the board for her. But tonight, we've got somebody who can, I guess, do you say the word, not soothsayer or psychic? Well, you're a numerologist.
Yes.
Okay. What is a numerologist?
Okay, my name is Michael Brill.
We would get to that, absolutely.
I want to put that out there first.
Yes.
Numerology is the science, which is ology, the study of numbers. And as we do it here in the West, it was developed first by Pythagoras. Every culture,
Pythagoras theorem, or is it the
Pythagorean theorem, the diatonic music scale. The guy did a lot of things. But the way it works is that you take the numbers 1 through 9 and write them out horizontally. Underneath those numbers, you write the letters of the alphabet. On the first row is A through I. On the second row is J through R. And the third row is S through Z, which ends up underneath 8. So having written these numbers horizontally, you then line them up vertically. Underneath number 1, the letters AJS. Underneath number 4, DMV.
Okay.
Underneath number 5, ENW.
Sorry, I asked the question.
Okay, so it actually...
You lost me after, hello, my name is Michael Brill. Well, wait a second. I always thought when I hear the word numerology, yes, related to numbers, but like a person who is able to get like personality, habits, or obstacles in your life, or like telling the future based upon numbers, where the spiritual person does it because she's talking to either the dead or somebody in the room, or can go after, well, she also uses birthday, but aren't you in that realm or no?
No, not at all.
Because you're the scientific person.
This is strictly a mathematical model.
A mathematical model.
Absolutely.
Everybody's heard of you. When I said you were going to be on the program, a lot of folks at Paradise Bank, one of our sponsors, when we went to Mississippi Sweets, I had the pot roast. Excellent. But they all knew you. I guess, are you on the radio too, or?
Thank you very much.
Are you on the FBI's most wanted list where they saw you in the post office and see a picture of you?
Actually see all the above.
Okay.
I do a show on the internet. It's called Quantum Experience. It's on RadioEarNetwork.com. That's RadioEarNetwork.com. If you go to the website, 10 o'clock Thursday nights, I am on the air. And that means I'll be on the air this evening after I leave here.
Oh.
And
you pre-recorded this?
It's pre-recorded.
Okay.
It's an upload.
Oh, now can people though also write to you or something like that to ask questions if I wanted to, so you'll have it prepared when you're on and record it?
Yes, they can, but they don't. And
we have to change that. Why don't they?
I used to do the show live, and I would get 1 or 2 phone calls within the hour, and I asked the people in the emails that I send out advertising what I'm going to be doing next, how come nobody's calling in? And the feedback I got was, well, the show's really interesting and we don't want to break up the conversation. And I said, please break up the conversation. What I'm here to do now with the pre-recorded show, I'm not taking live calls, but with questions. If people email me to Michael@awakener.com, that's AWAKENER.com, Michael@awakener.com, I will answer any question that you pose to me, but I would need to have your month and day of birth along with your first or middle name.
Well, can we solicit calls tonight?
Absolutely.
And do it? Yeah, what the heck? As long,
I love
now Sarah,
soliciting.
she has the 2-hour show, we have the 1 hour, so ours is an abridged version. So we have to, okay, we'll give out the number, 1-800-889-0267. We're talking to the numerologist, Michael Brill, known, do you handle mostly South Florida, since you live down here?
Actually, I handle the world.
The world. The world is your oyster.
Nice oyster.
It's a nice oyster. I between the internet and my website, which is awakener.com, I cover a lot of territory. I have clients over in Southeast Asia, down in Australia. I have some over in Europe as well.
Now, differentiating between the psychics that I know, I worked with, who was the one, she's on 1470, Jill Dane. I worked with her mother, Mickey Dane, back at 1400 WFTL years ago. And psychics, I guess, get more notoriety. But as a numerologist, is this something you have to go to school for, unlike the other? Because you said it's mathematics, or related to mathematics?
You have to study with somebody. I mean, I could teach you the basic formulas right now tonight.
What is this, like Yoda in Star Wars, and you have to be trained with the
Yes.
Jedi Knight? Or is this...
You really want to learn it, study with a master. You can buy your own books. You can get your own workbooks. That will give you the basics. That's why this is a science. If you follow the formula, if you take someone's month and day of birth, which is called the achievement number, then whether you've done this for 5 minutes or 50 years...
It's a skill you can learn.
It's a skill you can learn, and if you follow the formula, you will get the same results every time. This is why I call this a science.
Okay.
Science says if you can reproduce your results exactly every single time, you got science. And that's what this is. You follow the formula, you will get the same results.
And is the universe based upon your birth date? Those numbers are your name, which symbolizes numbers as well, where you just gave the 1 through 9 issue. Is that predetermined, you think? Or is that, because there's things that happen in our lives that you have no control over, but you're saying, well, based upon your birthday and your name and all these symbolisms, that it's already set up.
Absolutely. Now, let me just explain what I mean by that.
I walked into that one, didn't I?
Okay.
Yes, you did.
I do what's called cosmic numerology as opposed to standard or classical numerology. Classical or standard numerology, you take a name, you take a birthday, you look at the patterns. What I do with cosmic, and I call it that because everything in the cosmos vibrates. If something vibrates, a thought, a feeling, an emotion, a dream, an idea, a decision that needs to be made, interactions that are taking place, all of those can be reduced to numbers. And you reduce it, for example, you take your name, you have a set of numbers. Those numbers will give me information, but where I go is one step beyond. And in my belief system, I would say that the ego and the soul...
You're losing me here, because when they tell me, like, the moon is in the 7th house and all that, I don't know what, I don't understand that.
This is the numbers 1
keep
through
it
9.
simple,
There's
okay.
only 9 numbers.
Right.
Okay? Where this starts, if one believes in
Sounds like
reincarnation...
Baccarat, where, 1 through 9.
If one believes in reincarnation, okay, then I want you to imagine your ego and your soul together like the yin-yang symbol. They're in harmony and they're in partnership. They do a review of your past lives only because right now we're getting ready to start what's called a new age. A new age is the time it takes our solar system to make one complete rotation or revolution, all the planets revolving around the sun, and completing one complete revolution takes 26,000 years as we're moving through the Milky Way galaxy at the same time.
I'm having a Beverly Kennedy moment because I'm losing you.
All right, that's all I want to say.
Okay.
All right, so
Do
this
you
new
understand
age,
what he's saying?
Yeah.
Am I the only one in the room who's blank stares? Okay. Well, evidently we'll see it in action of how it compares. I always thought it's comparing to, I even had to look up the word numerology. Because my limited expertise on things was a person who can define personality traits or obstacles in your life or
Yes,
everything in between.
that's part of it.
Versus where I looked on Wikipedia and they gave me numerology is the study of the purported divine, mystical, or the other special relationships between a number and some coinciding observed events.
That's also correct.
Well, of course, it's on Wikipedia. Then again, they left my name out when I worked for CBS, but I have to write to him. So says Les Jacoby, is a famous program director. Anyway, 18 minutes after the hour on the Night and Day Show. And if you want to get involved, and I guess, is it still a reading?
Yeah,
Do I
if they
still say
want to
a
call
reading?
in, if
Okay.
anybody wants to call in
And
this
what
evening,
do they need?
I need your month and day of birth.
Month and day of birth.
I need your first name or your middle name. Your first name will give me an idea how you behave in everyday world. Your middle name will give me an idea how you behave in your relationships. If you have no middle name, this indicates you come into this lifetime to learn how to deal with other people, how to deal with your emotions, let go of emotional and sentimental attachments, and speak up in a timely fashion.
Why are you raising your hand? Freddie and Linda's. You know what? I failed to mention that you were here. We got so involved with the numerology.
Middle name
Are you
was-
kidding? Speaking of numbers, it's thank goodness that AMP2 Television, AMP2 TV, records it and puts it on the internet and then plays it on the AMP2 Television network to get more than the listeners that have just the basic signal on WBZT. How rude of me. So AMP2 TV is here, amp2.tv. If you want to watch us and see us in person, you'll see the very lovely Bridget Day. You'll see the fat man, that is me, and then somewhere in between is Michael Brill. No, because I went to the doctor today, honey, Dr. Rabone. Hi, Dr. Rabone, and she said I had a fatty liver.
Okay.
I said I
you
have
have
a
any
fatty
callers?
everything. Yes, we'll go to the phones. 1-800-889-0267. 1-800-889-0267. All right, we have, wait a second, a celebrity caller right away, out of the box. It's Mr. Craig Worthing. Hello there, Mr. Craig Worthing. How are you? Yeah, he got his first name and last name.
You're such a putz.
I
My
know
name
I'm
is
such a
Klaus
putz.
Gruber.
Well,
Why
because
did
he
you
was
use
trying to
Craig
give a
Worthing?
fake name. You could say putz on the air. You got to give a real name or you'll get a false reading.
No,
It's
I
like
don't
FPL.
care. I know my name.
Okay.
My birth date is 4/15.
4/15.
All right.
Oh, tax
and
day.
what's your first name? It's C-R-A-I-G?
My middle name is Maxson. Maxson.
Maxon? Isn't that a condom? Oh, no, Maxon.
Those are
That's
magnums.
Magnums.
Okay,
Sorry.
so, Craig,
Maxson.
That
Maxson.
I know.
How do you know, honey?
Oh, it's a long story.
We passed. There's a place off Oakland Park called Condom World.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
know.
seen
I
it?
live right down the
I
street.
haven't been in there. Just want to
Okay.
make that known.
All right, let's get on with this.
okay, Craig, let's start with your month and day of birth. The 4th month to 15th day. 4 and 15 make 19. 1 and 9 make 10. 1 and 0 make 1. So basically, imagine you're a 19/1. This number indicates this is your core issue, but can also become your greatest strength. As an issue, you may have low back pain. Is that there by any chance?
I may have what? I'm sorry.
Low back pain.
And hard of hearing.
I may have back pain.
Low back pain
Low back
around the
pain.
waist.
Oh, low back pain. Okay, not at this time, but
Okay, no, that's good. Because what that indicates then is you have a tendency to try and maintain control, to make sure things go a certain way. You like to be in charge, you like to run the show, you like to be the leader.
Oh, hell yes, that's him.
When things are going your way, you're like Mother Teresa, really nice and very sweet. But if they're not going your way, there's a
He's a
tendency to
bastard.
move towards Attila the Hun, not take any prisoners, get very impulsive, very impatient with people. Some of that.
Excuse me, honey, do you mind that you're playing with this spiral notebook, and I hear this.
Okay.
She's taking a pen. There's a spiral notebook, and she's taking a pen, and she's
I
with me
didn't think-
because she's bored because she wants to get on with the next call. Because
didn't- no, I
well, honey,
don't.
but I can hear that on the air.
All right, I'm sorry.
Don't adjust your radio. The other host is bored. Gee, Manetli.
Can I ask Michael a question
Yes.
without butting in?
Yes, go ahead, Craig.
Michael, I'm going away. I'm hoping to go away for 10 days to New England in April.
Candy has back pain.
Does that, at this point, look good or bad?
Well, let me just back up one moment and say that you are in what's called an 8 personal year. This is a great year for business. for organizing, for orchestrating, for delegating to other people, for making money, for getting recognition. And April will be a 3-month. This is a great month to be social, to interact with other people, to have a really nice time, to go to some parties.
Okay, all right.
He's what? Him? Well, he's going to have a birthday party.
Yeah. Right there. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It almost sounds like a reading like the psychic, but based upon the numbers.
Actually, it's a lot more detailed than a psychic. Psychics see potential. They see pictures, and they
Okay.
can see what the potential is.
Right.
Now, numbers will do the same thing, but with the numbers, you have either a reactive pattern where you're doing something to be loved or trying to maintain control, or you have a proactive pattern where you're doing what you love and living the life you came here to live. When I read these numbers, one of the reasons why I asked the caller if they had low back pain, certain numbers will give me clues to behavior patterns.
He has pain. He has trouble getting up. He weighs, what, 350 pounds or something? And you know, I went to the house or whatever, and yes, he has pain trying to get up. He can't even come to my house because I have stairs. I don't have an elevator. And it takes an hour and a half to get up the 14 steps. So...
Sounds like...
Oh, wait, you're right. Anyway, let's go to the phones. 1-800-889-0267. 1-800-889-0267. You're on the Night and Day Show. Michael Brill, the numerologist, is on with you. We'll take caller. That opens up a line. All right, we'll take the next call. It's Trish in Fort Lauderdale. Trish in Fort Lauderdale. Hello, you're on Night and Day.
Hi, this is your friend Trish.
It's our friend Trish.
Hi, Trish.
Hi.
Hi, Trish. Welcome
Hi,
to the show.
Michael, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous. What's your month and day of birth, Trish?
July 3rd.
Okay, so
7-3.
7th month, 3rd day. There's a tendency for you to be a little overly analytical, always having multiple plans ready to go at any given time. You don't like to be caught off guard, and you're not going to move forward unless you're absolutely certain that you're going to be a success, because you really don't want to make a mistake. What you have to do is overcome that, because your month and day of birth, 7-3, equals the number 10. 1 and 0 make 1. And so this 1 says you're here to be a leader, to shift the paradigm. You probably had a great deal of difficulty with authority figures, maybe even your dad or your mom, whoever was dominant in your birth family as you were growing up, because that was to teach you to step into your power and to move forward. The difficulty we have is if I look at your first name, the TRI, that makes what's called a 2-7 combination. And that's in my book, Numerology for Decoding Behavior, which you don't need to know any numerology to do, but you have to be able to add and subtract. And then look up the answer. It's Numerology for Decoding Behavior. Trish is a 2-7. That means you spend your time doing everything for everybody else,
Oh, yes.
instead of taking care of yourself, because there's some underlying feelings of inadequacy. Forget it, okay? Take a look at your life and look at the way you're supported in your life. Any number of times you've had a near-death experience and walked away without a scratch.
Yes.
Your job is to move forward, shift the paradigm, take the lead, make it happen. Stop worrying about whether or not you're going to make a mistake. If you're listening to your heart, you're doing the right thing.
Okay.
Is that true?
Yes, you hit the nail on the head.
Okay, you got one.
Thank you, Trish.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trish.
What's that? Okay, hold on. I'm just noticing, as long as we're talking numbers and letters, Freddie Santori from Am2 TV. It's nice that you have stuff scrolling at the bottom. Do you mind can you give the right the right website? You missed the K. RadioNightandDay.com. Radio Night and Day.
Tonight.
And night is spelled with a K. Well, you missed it with the K. I was reading it while I was listening to Michael Brill, the numerologist.
Oh, okay.
You left that out.
That's because you spell it again.
RadioNightandDay.com. If you want to watch the program, you can go to RadioNightandDay.com, RadioNightandDay.com, but spell night with a K, unlike Amp2 TV just did. And you will see, if you scroll down, you'll see the television box. Click on that, and you can watch us live in person. Don't know what the hell why, but hey, go right ahead. Or you can go to amp2.tv, amp2.tv, and they have a network, an internet network, and a lot of shows across the dial, whether it be on WBZT 1230, on other stations in the Beasley Network, Clear Channel Network. It's not an affiliation. You don't have to worry about, because it's on another network. AMP2 TV crosses other networks, and we're lucky enough that they chose the Night and Day program. All right, 1-800-889-0267. Now, should we do My Honey and see what happens? Let's do yours. Okay. Do you have to give the year? Otherwise, she's going to have a fit.
No. Never ask a woman the year she's
I know. Otherwise, I can predict.
Smart man.
Yeah, I can predict the fire. The fire is coming out of her eyes.
Okay, just
like
the
Superman.
month and day of birth.
4:30.
Okay, so 4 and 30 make 34. 3 and 4 make 7. Your main issue here is you've always got 5 plans, 4 backup, 3 crisis, 2 emergencies, a worst case scenario. Toss them all at the last second.
She's a
do
mother.
Something impulsive and go, shoot. Why don't I trust my intuition? There's a tendency to get lost in minutiae and details, to be overly logical, not wanting to make mistakes, be embarrassed or criticized for not knowing something. However, you're highly intelligent. The difficulty you have with authorities is that they better give you a really good logical reason why they want you to do something, or you're going to fight them tooth and nail on it.
Is that true?
Yeah, sort of. Well, don't you know that?
Okay, you have this thirst for knowledge. And so if you're reading a news article or something on the internet and the first 3 words catch your attention, the person sitting next to you is going to get an elbow in the rib. It would be like, Alan, listen to this, listen to this. You can't wait to pass this information on. Highly intuitive, very analytical, hyper vigilant. You notice everything about everybody. Breathing patterns.
Yes, I always have to rely on her to, if we meet somebody at a party or at an event, that she'll remember something about that person, even if it's a month or 2 or a year later. Oh, remember he did this or she said this, and I have no clue. But yeah, she'll remember that. An elephant never forgets, and there's Bridget as well.
Okay.
That's true. I know that.
You can be a visionary and manifest what you want, but there's 2 things you need to learn. 1, patience. 2, let go of control. Even if you're right, 99.99999%, you're never
carried away.
100%. None of us are right 100%. Therefore, we really don't have the right. And what hurts you is you step in, you want to give people advice. You're right 99% of the time, 99.9, but they don't listen, so you get hurt. The way to get rid of that pain is to ask 3 to 5 questions. You're going to guide them to their own revelation and their own epiphany, and then they're going to thank you for helping them because now they own it, as opposed to you force-feeding it to them.
Right.
Because you don't want to see them in pain. You don't want to see them make a mistake. You want to fix it. You want the validation. It doesn't come. You
give a lot, because I was comparing it to, psychics. Yeah, yours goes into some depth. And more and explaining a lot, to where when you say the birthday with the psychics or whatever, you give them a little bit more. So do you do private readings too?
I do private readings. They run an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh wow!
They're recorded on a digital, and as fast as I talk here, just with a month and day of birth, I talk at that speed.
So how would they get a hold of you to do that?
Okay, you can order it through my website, and there's a special offer. If you call in because of this show, I will discount the reading by $75. I normally charge $300 for a 2-hour reading. I would take $75 off, but you got to call me.
Okay.
And my number is 561-866-5479. That's 561-866-5479. And if you call, even for a 10-minute reading, I would be more than happy to give that to you as a result of listening to tonight's show.
Nice.
Cool. Now you can call and you can take advantage of it. We have about a half hour left here on the Night and Day Show. You can call and we are live every Thursday at 7 o'clock. Recorded playback on Tuesdays at 8. The telephone number to get in touch right now to get a little sampling if you so desire, 1-800-889-0267, 1-800-889-0267. Now, are they allowed to ask you any questions similar to a psychic where, if you ask a psychic, they, say love, career, something like that? Is the same thing or no?
It's better.
Oh, better.
Okay. It's absolutely better. I do this. If a caller wants to call in tonight, or anybody in this room, once I have your month and day of birth, you pick a category.
I may want to do that coming after the break. I'm going to take advantage of it. You're here. You may as well do this.
You can.
I'm curious.
Wait, what's that?
How do you feel about what he just said?
It's awesome.
Right on.
Yeah,
Okay.
right on it.
That she doesn't forget anything. Because I hear the wrath of that when I forget
It goes
something.
on your permanent record.
Oh, yes. I didn't know that I had a file.
There is a permanent record.
yeah.
I
I think
taught
that's a
school for
woman
30
thing.
years.
Even probably Mama Lynn Cody in the other room has that same thing. She's a mom, Mama Lynn. And, yes, we'll have to do her, too.
Love to.
Go ahead. Dirty old man.
What we do with this, you pick a category. You can pick health, you can pick finances, you can pick work, relationships,
Well, I can't
family.
do health because I just, right out of the box.
Yeah, but I know what yours is. I put the numbers on it.
Well, look, I'm overweight. I can easily tell I'm fat and I got issues.
Yes, you do. So, if you pick a category, when you call in, pick one of these categories.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask you a question. I won't tell you what it is right now. You're going to give me some information back, and I'm going to tell you what's going on in your life.
Okay, we'll do that coming after the break. It's time to take a break here on the 9 Days Show. We're speaking with numerologist Michael Brill right here in South Florida, live in person, 1-800-889-0267, 1-800-889-0267. And then also, is this our Valentine's Day program where we have to change our Valentine's Day cards or gifts?
I didn't bring anything for you. I didn't know we were
Nothing?
gonna
Oh,
do that.
what, do you forget?
No, but
We're
it's
not on
not
Fridays. The Know Nothing Show is. Got to get that in there. See how in casual conversation a professional can get things in, promote other shows? We're professionals. That's what we are.
Yes, dear.
All right. I'm Alan Knight.
I'm Bridget Day.
Together we are Night and Day.
Hi, my name is Dylan. Hi, my name is Dalton. I am 7. I am 5. And we listen to the 9 Day Radio Show. It's better than cartoons.
Mississippi Sweets, found in 1991 and owned by Randy Smith, invite you to come on in and taste what homemade barbecue is all about. The down-home recipes include starters like the Brunswick stew, loaded with chicken, potatoes, and vegetables. Mississippi-style dinners, Choctaw catfish, Tupelo chicken, and of course, half racks and whole racks of ribs. Dinners come with your choice of 2 sides, such as coleslaw, homemade cornbread, or their famous thin slice and fried sweet potatoes, affectionately called Mississippi Sweets. So come on down and check out the best barbecue in Boca and beyond. With 2 locations to find that famous sauce, 2399 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton, right across the street from Paradise Bank. And their number is 561-394-6779. That's 561-394-6779. And also 9859 Lake Worth Road on the northeast corner of Lake Worth Road and U.S. Highway 441 in Wellington. You may contact the Wellington location with 561-642-4748. Again, that's 561-642-4748. And both locations are open 7 days a week. Mississippi Sweets, the best barbecue in Boca and beyond.
The following could be based upon actual events.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs, and each wanted to get a mortgage to build a house. The first little pig, well, he was blown down by inflated balloon mortgage payments.
The second little pig, he had his share of troubles.
He went to a poorly rated financial institution and got some bad advice, and the sticks came tumbling down.
Now the third little pig, an entire different story.
This little pig went to Paradise Bank. He was a real ham and happily living in his beautiful new home. Don't worry, his 2 brothers moved in with him as well.
For your fable to come true, call Paradise Bank, 561-392-5444. 561-392-5444. Paradise Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Night and Day, the talk show that asks the question, what do you want to talk about? Just a toll-free call to 1-800-889-0267, and you're on. Want to really be on? Check out the sponsorship opportunities. Call 1-954-709-ALLEN. That's 954-709-2526. Once again, here's Night and Day.
I just got a text that Nico McBrain isn't able to call in. You know, we're going to see him on March the 1st at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. So I text back to say, we'll mention it real quick that coming up March the 1st, that fabulous, great classic rock and roll party. We're going to meet Eddie Money. You could be there, and it all benefits Home Safe. Home Safe is an organization right here in South Florida that helps out adults and kids from domestic violence. They have a whole program or various programs, and they even have just the term Home Safe. Can help out. So if you'd like to know more, you can check things out. You can call me, or you know what the website is on there?
It's
helphomesafe.org. Helphomesafe.org. Also, you can get hold of them. Here's a telephone number, 561-383-9842, 561-383-9842. And you will see many celebrities at the Classic Rock and Roll Party. Put it on the calendar, March the 1st, benefiting Home Safe, hosted by Nico McBrain, the lead drummer, or the drummer from Iron Maiden, and Eddie Money, of course, the legendary rocker. Who else? And there's the comedian.
There's quite a few. Yeah, there's a
silent auction, a dinner.
You can go on the website, and I'll have a list of
what happens. And it's been going on for years.
Yeah, it's really a fun time.
Okay, so and we're very happy that we were invited by Nico himself.
Yes.
And so we will have more information if you need it. Just call that telephone number, 561-383-9842. Back to Michael Brill, the numerologist who is known across South Florida. And the study of the persons or numbers that transpose into personality traits. My simplistic way of putting it, but you would say, how would you say what you do to a person when you say I'm a professional numerologist?
I read the blueprint for your life.
Ooh, that's
what
a
you
good
came
way.
here to do.
Okay.
What challenges have stopped you, and what solutions have you already provided to resolve all your issues?
Okay. And it's different where up until tonight, I was always thinking it was in that realm of psychic woo-woo issue.
It's not.
It's not.
It's science. It's math.
In a way, it sounds like it when you're telling somebody about themselves, because usually you have to rely on others. You think you portray something in a certain way, and then you find out that you talk to somebody else and they don't see that. So maybe you are helping them out.
That's the work that I do. I basically, nobody came down here to be a failure. Nobody came to be in pain. We chose the letters of our name. We chose our birthday.
No, my mom and dad did.
You whispered it into the ears of your parents. That's just a belief. If you don't believe in reincarnation, this is strictly a mathematical model.
You believe in reincarnation. Bridget does.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
If you don't, it's strictly a math model.
My cat came back as a squirrel in our yard.
If there's a chart that I can do called the excursion table. If I took the letters of your first name and laid them out horizontally, and then your middle name, laid it out underneath the first name, and your last name at birth, I could tell you what's going to happen at any given year in your life.
We're going to come back to that. Let's go to the phones. 1-800-889-0267, 1-800-889-0267. And we go to Bernice in Boca. Bernice in Boca. Hello, you're on the Night and Day program.
Hi, Alan. I can't believe I finally reached you. I've been listening every week, but I never seem to get the telephone written down before you repeat it.
Oh, okay. So you've been listening and you haven't called in.
Because she can't. You have to repeat the phone number more often.
Oh, okay.
That's true. I didn't hear the beginning of your present program because I was trying to catch your phone number. But I'm trying to remember what this person was saying about names and dates and...
Well, okay, it's Michael Brill, a numerologist.
Hi, Bernice, and thank you for calling in. What I do with numerology is I look at the name from your birth certificate, unless you went to court and legally changed your name other than for marriage. Because I don't use married names. Married names merely imply that someone else's property. Hi, I want you to meet Mrs. Brill. Does she have a name? Yeah, Mrs. Brill. It's my wife. So I don't use married names. If you went to court and legally changed it, the day the court signs your paper becomes your new birthday because you chose to be reborn. So without going into too many details, Bernice, what's your month and day of birth?
The month and day?
Yes, just the month and the day.
February 4th.
Okay, so 2, 4, that makes 6. May I tell you a little bit about yourself?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to start off with the B in Bernice. That's the letter B, which is a number 2. You're very sensitive, very intuitive. The 5 would indicate that you can be a little high-strung sometimes when you take on too much responsibility, and that if you have health issues, they may develop in your nervous system before they actually show up in your physical body. Your month and day of birth, 2, 4, coming out to be a 6, this makes you the mom. You may have a tendency to be a bit of a martyr at times. Do you take on too much responsibility?
Do I?
I asked you first.
I think I do because of my age and my experience.
Okay, so let's do it this way. Instead of taking on responsibility, and what I tell people is that's not your movie. These people did not ask you to step into their life and fix them, even though with your experience and wisdom and knowledge you could. It doesn't work. They get upset. So what you need to do is ask them between 3 and 5 questions. You know where you want to take them. Guide them to their own revelation and their own epiphany, and then they will thank you instead of telling you to butt out. And, okay? Now, being born in February, there's a 90% probability one of your parents, maybe your dad, was not around as you were growing up. He could have worked 80 hours a week. He could have been a shift worker. He could have been physically but not emotionally present, or maybe just not there. Does this apply?
That's not true.
It is not?
No, my father was always around. My parents were very close to all of us.
Was he a hard worker? Did he put in a lot of hours?
Yes, he did. He did do that, but he always had time for us.
Right, but okay.
That's a good dad, like on the TV
now,
shows.
Now, Bernice, I'm going to give you a smile. Are you ready?
Yes.
The E as the first vowel, but not the first letter in your name. When you were younger, or even now, if you're dating, when you date, before you allowed any physical intimacy, you would make your partner perform the 12 feats of Hercules. They needed to perform 12 impossible tasks to prove they were worthy of being with you. Does this make sense?
I could take that a different way.
Do you know why it doesn't make sense? Because in my day,
you were a nun.
intimacy came after marriage.
Okay.
So it wasn't something that we considered.
Okay.
See, I could predict.
Well, even allowing a second or a third date, they had to prove that they were worthy of being with you.
That's true.
Okay. Now, the B and the E, the first consonant and the first vowel, comes out to be 7-3. You may not show this, but you can internalize a little frustration with people when they don't do what you think they should be doing because you know you're right. This is why you need to ask questions instead of give advice.
Oh, that's a good lesson.
Thank you, Bernice.
Well, thank you. We can't go through the whole name. It's a good thing your name's not Bartholomew. All right, because we only have an hour show. Thank you, Bernice, for calling in. So from now on, participate, call in, or at least keep listening, and you can watch us.
And lots of good joys to all of you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Do you have a computer, Bernice?
No, I do not. I'm very square. And I must tell you, I just celebrated my 93rd birthday.
Oh, my God.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Happy birthday.
I'm not going to make it to 93, the way I eat. But
So now I tell everybody I'm 39.
Good for you.
thank you, Bernice. 93 years old. God bless you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wish you all all the best.
We were talking off
Thank
the
you.
air concerning about when you're perceiving these or going through the mathematical situation that each letter and corresponds to a number, and then you interpret it to say, all right, this trait and so forth. But then people who have the same birth date, their thoughts and their lives could be in total opposite directions. How do you go along with that?
Okay, there are many people, obviously there's only 9 numbers, so
Right.
pretty much all of us.
So you can't, it's hard to put somebody in a category.
Which I don't. But what happens is once you look at the birth name and the numbers and the challenges and the letters omitted from the name,
Right.
which represents karma. Karma's neither good nor bad. It's just a big
Right.
challenge. Then you can actually begin to pinpoint and lay this out. When I do a reading, I color code my chart. The color coding shows this person the repetitive patterns of where their challenges show up and why they behave the way they do and what they need to do.
Okay, let me look at. I'll use myself as the guinea pig. My birthday, 10/22. 10. I got a 0 in there. I blow the whole thing because it's 1 through 9. 10/22, and then my first name, Alan, ALAN.
Okay, so if I go with 10/22, that makes 32. 3 and 2 make 5. So the issue for you, and ultimately your greatest strength, but the issue is 5. You want to do what you want, when you want, where you want, anytime, anywhere, with whoever you want for
Why
as
are
long
you
as
rolling your eyes, Bridget?
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
You're ready for changes every 12 to 18 months. Now, when you were younger, and I don't have your whole chart, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you've always been somewhat impulsive, not really that concerned for other people. You were going to do what you needed to do to get it done.
That's what gets me into trouble.
Okay, and
is that a euphemism for stubborn?
No, stubborn's a different number.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just
It's called obnoxious.
insensitivity. at
Obnoxious.
times.
She hit the word on the head.
Insensitivity.
Yes.
Insensitivity?
Yes.
Wait, do I have a sensitive side though when I'm off mic? Yeah, well, you could.
You don't want
lie
to ask
and-
that question.
Oh, okay. You don't think? Well, I mean to a lot of people, but
You
No
can
comment.
be sensitive
Right.
if you're not in a hurry. But when you're in a
Yes,
hurry,
okay.
everybody's got to get out of the way. I've made up my mind. I'm ready to go. You're either with me or not. And if you're not, get out of my way. I got to go someplace.
okay, yes.
Right? Now, what this indicates also is that for you, change is everything. And what you need to learn is that you're basically a messenger. So what better job than to be on the radio? You deliver messages to people and then you move on. That's all your responsibility is.
I'm a
You're not
hermit.
here to fix anybody. You're not here to straighten anything out. You're like the person that works for the post office. You put the mail in the box, deliver the message, move on.
They've lost
give another
billions of
message.
dollars a year. You're comparing me that, or am I going to go postal?
Well, no, you're not going postal, and it wouldn't be bad.
So you're
losing
saying
billions.
that, okay, so my successful business career is like the post office where they're looking to cut how many millions upon billions of dollars?
No, your business career is all about change.
Mm-hmm.
And
change careers?
No. Every 12 to 18 months, you're looking for new opportunities, new challenges.
Right.
You get bored quickly.
I do, but I do like a comfort zone.
Okay.
I mean, I do get bored with things, and I have a very short attention span, but I do like repetition. If whether I find a good restaurant or I have my own. Yes or no? Will you jump right in, honey?
Alan, this is where that comes from. The A-L in Alan is a 4-2. This is the first consonant, first vowel added and subtracted together. This is an issue. So as a 4-2, you may have cold fingers and toes. Your parents may have had a very strong belief system, whether they were hippies or religious fundamentalists. They believed their way was the right way, and this is the way it needs to be done. Often,
my stepfather was I can't say that on the air.
Okay. Often, because you're in such a hurry, you get impatient with people. You find them not to be reliable, not to be trustworthy, and not to be as efficient as you would like them to
Because
be.
they're in radio.
Okay?
They
So,
lie.
What you do is you love work. You like the order and the system and the structure of the workplace.
Yeah, I like a
What
structure.
do I need to do? When do I need to do it? What do I have to do
I
it
like
with?
structure, yes.
Okay? But you also have a tendency to go too fast. You got to slow down and pay attention to details and not just the concepts.
Okay. Yeah, I always wanted to get to that fast food mentality of things. I need to get to the answer in 30 seconds or less, and I don't listen. Right, honey?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, dear.
That's right.
I'm going to get myself out of the mud. We're going to exchange our Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is coming up tomorrow. Now, if you're listening to the Tuesday night show, then obviously the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give my Valentine's Day card to you, honey, even though you don't have one.
For you, because I didn't know we were doing this on the air.
Oh, I just thought of it, and I brought mine. You always have, because we're not on Valentine's Day.
I know that.
Oh, okay. We're coming back right after this on the Night and Day Show with Michael Brill, numerologist. Telephone number 1-800-889-0267, 1-800-889-0267. Hey, the show will change maybe in October when the contract runs out. It will be the Michael Brill Show. He's going to take over. We'll get you a good deal. We know Ken Harris.
I'm ready.
All right. Modeling Cody and Master Control. Amp2.tv is also the place where you can check us live streaming on the internet. I'm Alan Knight.
And Bridget Day.
Together we are Night and Day.
Hi, I'm Don Rickles. I listen to the program Night and Day with my dear friend Alan. And I'm telling you, I don't miss one program. Now, if you believe that, live in Israel and try to become Jewish. Anyway, I do thank you and cherish and enjoy this man.
The following could be based upon actual events.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs, and each wanted to get a mortgage to build a house. The first little pig, well, he was blown down by inflated balloon mortgage payments.
The second little pig, he had his share of troubles.
He went to a poorly rated financial institution and got some bad advice, and the sticks came tumbling down.
Now the third little pig, an entire different story.
This little pig went to Paradise Bank. He was a real ham and happily living in his beautiful new home. Don't worry, his 2 brothers moved in with him as well.
For your fable to come true, call Paradise Bank, 561-392-5444, 561-392-5444. Paradise Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Mississippi Sweets, found in 1991 and owned by Randy Smith, invite you to come on in and taste what homemade barbecue is all about. The down-home recipes include starters like the Brunswick stew, loaded with chicken, potatoes, and vegetables, Mississippi-style dinners, Choctaw catfish, Tupelo chicken, and of course, half racks and whole racks of ribs. Dinners come with your choice of 2 sides, such as coleslaw, homemade cornbread, or their famous thin sliced and fried sweet potatoes, affectionately called Mississippi Sweets. So come on down and check out the best barbecue in Boca and beyond. With 2 locations to find that famous sauce, 2399 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton, right across the street from Paradise Bank, and their number is 561-394-6779. That's 561-394-6779. And also 9859 Lake Worth Road on the northeast corner of Lake Worth Road and U.S. Highway 441 in Wellington. You may contact the Wellington location with 561-642-4748. Again, that's 561-642-4748. And both locations are open 7 days a week. Mississippi Sweets, the best barbecue in Boca and beyond.
There are talk shows, and then there are talk shows. But this talk show is as different as night and day. In fact, it is night and day. And to be a part of it, call toll-free, 1-800-889-0267. Now back to Alan Knight and Bridget Day.
Okay, we're running out of time, so quickly give the information where they can get hold of Michael, where they can get hold of you for a private reading and so forth.
At 561-866-5479. That's 561-866-5479. I'll give you a free 10-minute taste the sampler. Yes. Okay. And you please visit my website, which is awakener.com. AWAKENER.com. There are terrific articles. The first article is called Our Cosmic Abandonment Issues Are the Catalyst for Our Behavior Patterns and Health Issues, with lots more. There's also a lot of exercises, how to make the right decision every time, how to find the ideal partner, and how to reconcile your ego and your soul. It's called the 4 Phases of Growth. All of those are out there. Give me a call. Visit the website. I will offer you a discount if you tell me you heard me on the Night and Day Show.
Excellent. Okay, honey, I gave you your Valentine's Day card. You want to open it up on the air?
There's nothing dirty in it, is there?
No.
Oh,
No.
darn.
Why, did you want to have a dirty card?
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. What does it say?
It's dirty.
It's not dirty. Wait, you gotta. I'm sorry, nobody can hear you opening a card. They can hear you playing with a spiral notebook.
It says, I love you more than bacon.
For Alan, that's a lot.
I love you more than bacon.
And
yes.
I really love bacon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want a sweeter card?
Thank you, honey.
I got a sweeter card.
Thank
okay?
you for my bacon card.
Wait a second. Bacon is. I went to Marshall's last night, and they have, like Reese's peanut butter cups. Now they have Reese's peanut butter cups or something like that with bacon in it. Bacon is the new thing now. There's bacon television shows. We could have a bacon radio show. Where we park you.
You had chocolate-covered bacon at the fair.
See, there you go. Okay, here's the sentimental card. Got another card for her. I'm going to get out of the doghouse.
You recover from that one.
Yeah. Now I'm getting out of the doghouse.
It's an Eiffel Tower.
It's an Eiffel Tower.
A sparkly one.
Yes. And what does it say on under the Eiffel Tower thing? No, when you open it up.
I love you, an Eiffel lot. That's
Get it?
cute.
Okay.
That's very cute.
Now turn the card sideways. And what do you see there?
Have Atlantic Ocean for your birthday.
Yes. Have Atlantic Ocean on your birthday? It's a map. On the map is a city that is circled.
Oh, it's Paris.
Yes.
Yeah?
We're going for your birthday.
We are?
For a week.
Really?
I've made arrangements.
You're kidding.
I've had direct flights with Air France. Air France. We're going. You're going to be at the real Eiffel Tower on your birthday. We're leaving now. That's why.
Are you kidding?
No. Why am I kidding? I'm doing this live on the air.
Well, that's what I mean. Are you kidding?
We're going to Paris for 5 days.
Wow. Really?
Yes. And we're staying at the Hôtel des Secrets of Paris.
Oh,
in the Eiffel Tower.
They have nice bathrooms there.
The rooms there are all themed. They have an Eiffel Tower room, but they have an opera room. They have it's all red, and it's like they have little opera slippers and so forth on the side. We're going to Paris. Unless you wanted to break up with me about an hour from now, then
I was thinking about it, but I'll have to wait till after April now.
Yeah, we're going.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, baby, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't have to tell me my finances. I already blew it on the trip to Paris. Direct flights. You know how much a direct flight is to Paris on Air France? Oh, my Lord. A lot. Anyway. But thank you so much. Michael Brill, again, what's the telephone number to get in touch with you?
561-866-5479.
Repeat that.
561-866-5479.
So we want to thank Michael Brill, the numerologist, for being in on a special program. Amp2.tv. Linda and Freddie Santori, thank you so much for making both of our sides look good. Mama Lynn Cody in Master Control, not only working this station, but making sure Cooler's on the air. They were off the air before the show, so thank you. My wonderful honey, and we're going to be going to Paris soon. April 30th. That's the number, right? Right, Michael?
Absolutely.
I'm Alan Knight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next. You'll hear it again on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, and back again live on Thursday, next Thursday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
News, traffic, weather, every 10 minutes from 6 a.m. until 3 p.m. 1230 WBCT.
West Palm Beach.